of it before, and it was hand cranked, and so I could ask a wife to hand crank me out of bed. But she has taken a dim view of having to crank me out of bed, so I'm making a mechanical version where it'll be just a drill making the car jack tip the side of the bed over. What was the point? Why was I talking about this? Oh yeah, so I was TIG welding the parts of it together. That was it. Instantly, I was like where I'd tack weld a thing that didn't matter together just using the MIG welder. I find myself instantly reaching for the TIG welder instead. Punch the difficulties. Rolls of 1. Both of you have been frozen.
We're back.
Oh, we're back.
Cool. Yeah, there was a weird Twitch error that came up that time, so that was a first.
Ha! Odd. I wonder, if anyone feels like I was starting to answer a question and then cut off mysteriously, feel free to ask it again. Actually, I'm going to go make my tea. I'll be back in a second.
All right. While you get a tea, I'm going to give away a sword. How about Olympian? This one? This guy? Is that a thing? There we go. Now it's in there. All right, we're going to give away this Olympian sword. Haha, Modster is the winner. What am I drinking? I am drinking grapefruit juice. Hey, we got a new follower. Thanks for the follow. Mike will be right back. He's getting tea. There will be no Q&A without tea. You can believe that. Thank you guys for the new followers. Normally on my channel, we'll be doing a lot of Blender modeling stuff, but tonight we're able to have Mike with us, who I modeled a lot of his swords for that we sent to his 3D printer shop. So it just worked out. We were going to try this thing where we normally chat together and see if we could pull this off. And it's sort of working. I don't know if we're going to get rave reviews over the stream quality or whatnot, but hey, thanks for the follow. But normally, like I said, on my channel, I'm going to do a lot of Blender work. I've been working on, while Mike steps away, I started live streaming this motorcycle last weekend.
Oh.
That's a thing that I'm working on. And if people want to follow along or share some skills, it's a pretty awesome community. So tune in if you ever want to model, learn how to use Blender, or if you want to pass some tips along. Cool, you're back.
I am back, and I saw the little animations of people following that you were telling me about.
Yeah, we got a couple new followers. That's awesome.
Oh.
I was just bringing up another project that I've been working on. I started this motorcycle last weekend, and I live streamed the whole thing while we worked on it, and so we had a lot of people jump in and follow that. Haha, Invader, what's up, man? Thanks for popping in here.
Why is that? Is that name familiar just because I saw it last time you were on, maybe?
That could be.
Yeah.
Invader's helped me out a lot. He's got a fun channel, and he helped give me a lot of good tips on getting my Twitch channel going, which I just started last weekend, so it's getting better. I had Cerberus open right now. I gave away a sword while you were making tea.
Ah! What was your criterion for giving the sword away?
You just have to be in the channel, and that little bot picks a random winner.
Oh, okay, so the bot decided who got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to open Destroyer back up. Unless anybody wants to see a particular one that we did.
Community for the win.
It's
Yes, I often find that like I basically only exist because of this. If I had to depend on the demand of for giant swords here on Martha's Vineyard, I would not be making giant swords. Excuse me, you have to be awesome to be a winner. Awesomeness was the criterion, Mike. Okay,
yeah, that's true.
that is true.
Very true.
If it makes you good to feel that. Doo-doo-doo. Are you going to put the whatchamacallit? You know those things on the side? What would they call it? The exclamation mark things.
Oh yeah. So that part is probably not ideal while we're streaming.
Oh, okay. Because you have to trace around the thing.
Well, it gets graphics intensive, and I would like paint that on here, and that would probably like cap us out. So I was gonna stick to just basic modeling and reviewing. Some of this mesh works good while we're dual streaming.
Fairy Light says hi there. Hello there, Fairy Light.
Hey, what's up?
Iron Barney says hi to the 5.
Hey, Rue is now following. Awesome. Thanks, man.
1, 2.
I think that's the guy from Scotland, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. He followed before he went to bed.
When I was doing the thing for the Discovery guys with the people who suggested in the live Q&As, I was like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. And so I did one. And it was at noon. They suggested the time of noon. I don't know why, right? But that was actually a clever idea for the the transatlanticism, because it was because then people in Europe, it wasn't too late for people in Europe, and people, it got the whole that swath of humanity. But when I did the first live Q&A, it was supposed to be like, and then people can ask you questions about the TV show, Mike. But it was all, because it was mostly people from Europe and the TV show was an American thing, no one in the actual live stream was interested in the TV show at all, which was fine, but my handler at Discovery was really confused. He was like, where did all these people come from if they didn't even know you had a TV show? And I was like, dude, I've been on YouTube for years, It was just funny that they were totally not. The internet is an international place,
Nice. So the question is, do you have a favorite animated movie?
Oh, I quite like this one that no one else does called Dead Leaves. I watched it there as an adult, as a fully grown adult, and it's not as great. But if you're an angry young man, I quite like the film Dead Leaves. It's for a guilty pleasure type thing. An animated film that's actually good, legitimately good though. I don't watch a lot of anime stuff, but me and the wife and the kids watch Summer Wars. And Summer Wars, you search as a family unit, you search for family films. But Summer Wars was nerdy enough to keep me entertained, and had enough stuff happening to keep a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old entertained, and it had enough of inter-family dynamic stuff to keep my wife entertained. So if you like watching animated movies but you have trouble finding one that keeps the whole family entertained, I would recommend Summer Wars. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, hello from Montana and hello from Vancouver Island.
Where's Vancouver Island? Is it just Vancouver?
Sure.
I'm not sure if we're buying on the stream. It seems to be buffering a lot. I have problems with this on Twitch regardless of channel. Oh, not to worry, Rue. We're getting your messages one way or the other. Mike, didn't know about you till Crossan mentioned the stream the other night. So glad you did. Love the makers. Thank you, Kendall. Stars. The stars are in the right position for speculating animated movies. Yep, stars, right spot, definitely, today. I first saw you on Discovery Channel, Mike. Are you going to do more episodes? I will if somebody wants to make them. I think Discovery has more or less given up on it, but the production company is trying to get like fish it around to other people. It's been a long time though. I wouldn't hold out. I'll still be doing those big long ass videos on YouTube, like the build videos. That's kind of my whatchamacallit, my nicotine patch I'm offering to people who are jonesing because of the TV show.
How long does it take you to edit those videos? I know you just crammed one in on the last weekend, but how long does it take?
So normally it takes like, maybe a full work day and a half, right? And then that's not counting import and exporting. But there was one, so that sword, I finished it Saturday at like 1 p.m. or something. I can't remember when I posted the picture, but like early in the day I posted the picture of the sword finished. And then I went inside and I'd already imported all of the previous footage, so I only had one piece left, a couple of pieces left to import. And then I spent from like 3 p.m. ish. Actually, hang on, I want to do this calculation properly. I'm going to look it up. So I posted the picture of the finished sword. It was 4:48 p.m. on January 30th. So then I worked from 4:48 p.m. till 5 a.m. editing it.
Oh my god.
So however many hours, that's nearly 12 hours, right?
Yep.
And that was like a breakneck, like I wasn't very, and then so I edited it out and got a version of it together by 5 a.m. And then 5 a.m. I just fell over. And then, but before I fell over, I hit export. And you know when like it's such a long file, it takes ages for it to render and all that? Or not render, but export. So I got up the next morning and it was a 45-minute video. And so I started watching it the next day just to see had I made any mistakes because I was totally sleep deprived. And I got 40 minutes into the 45-minute video and I spotted the first mistake. I was like, no! So then I had to go back and start the whole export cycle again, So I got that video up, but literally with just an hour or two to spare, because I want, for the Patreon thing, I have to get it up before the first of the month, because the first of the month is when they charge people's credit cards. And if I miss that window, I have two opportunities, both of which suck, is upload the video late and then double charge people that month for that month, which I don't want to do, or offset everything by a month and lose that month's worth of money, And so both of those suck,
Right.
So, yeah, so that's why it was like such a crush to get one in. So that one only took 12 hours to edit together, but that was like a very no sleep, 100% concentration. Normally I'd like to spend like a work day and a half doing it at kind of at a relaxed pace, Let's see. Canada off the coast of Vancouver, different from Vancouver. Okay, so near to Vancouver. What was the name of the writer guy? He wrote Generation X. He wrote a lot of things about as a more sensitive young man. Douglas Coupland, was that his name? Does that name ring a bell, Nate?
Nope.
Okay, I think it was Douglas Coupland. I used to read he had a lot of books set in and around Vancouver, and that's my only relationship with Vancouver, is that it sounded nice, the Douglas Coupland books. The build videos are absolutely awesome. Keep them coming. Thank you, Rue.
Yes.
Monkey Mayfair agreed. Love the build videos. Thank you. Police Chief Brody says they're very appreciated. Thank you. Definitely love those. Yeah. Rue, 25 patron option. Can you bank the custom video until a suitable occasion arises? Of course. Yeah, you just tell me when you. I send a video out, or not a video. Once the Patreon clicks into having said, "Oh yeah, we've sorted all the payments out for that month," I send a message out saying, "Okay, people, anyone who wants a video, tell me." And there's some people who've been giving me $25 for the past 6 videos and haven't messaged. But like they can message me whenever, say like, it's such and such is the birthday, or blah blah blah,
Mike gives the best messages, by the way. So yeah, I'm a fan. Sicrus, my flat has a new ritual of
binging the build video once it's released and we're all together. Oh, cool. Thank you, Chris. Police Chief Brody, that reaction, my reaction every time. Which reaction? What happened? In Barney, 11th hour. Yep. Yeah, just, I don't like doing it. This month's build is easy, but I probably shouldn't talk out loud before I actually determine that's the case. That's the problem when you like making new things you haven't made before. You're never exactly sure how long they're going to take. I've been doing this for years, and I still just totally underestimate the amount of time it takes to do stuff. My engineer flatmate was rolling around on the floor at your property lathe for the Dragon Slayer. Yeah, that one was it worked though. And then I did and then it worked so well, I tried it again in the next video, and it worked even better. Oh, your Rue's messages aren't coming through because you're typing in caps. Turn caps lock off, Rue. Just wanted to stop in and say hi. Good night, gents. Good night.
Oh, thank you, Ian Barney. Ian Barney. Ian Barney. Maybe that's it.
One Barney.
Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, so I took Cerberus and strapped it on the back of my post-apocalyptic Fiat.
You know what? I was looking at this, right?
Yeah.
And no worries, Rue. I was looking at this, and it was only after seeing it, right, that I realized, wait a minute, is that actually smaller than it was in real life?
Oh, it probably is. I didn't do it to scale. I just
but then I was trying to figure out what if you had done it to, because I don't know what size the Fiat is or whatever. But if that blade was 6 feet long, how big would it have been strapped to the back of the Fiat?
Yeah, I should go back and do it to scale.
Well, no, I'm just curious. Would it look totally dumb? Because it looks good the way it is there, right? But would it look totally dumb, like actual size strapped to the back? You know?
Well, you should try that and drive around the island.
I have usually only once I've had to strap one to the roof of my humble Prius going down to FedEx. Normally, I manage to squeeze them in somehow, down through the middle of the car. Yeah, I remember what I wrote. Yeah, so do I understand that? You get one video per big video. Shut up and take my money. Rue has smiley face. Yes, it's not clear. I generally, if you're a $25 a sponsor, it was not clear due to the wording of the little thing whether it was one video. You get one video from me. There has been some people I've done more than one video for, and it depends on how much you ask of me. If you get me to do something elaborate every month, I might start going, oh geez, I've done a lot of videos for you. But if it's if you space them out, if you pace yourself such that I don't notice that you keep asking me for videos, then yeah, that's fine. You definitely get one at the start, and then maybe if you ask me for one later on. But if you keep asking me for videos, and it depends what the videos are. You could probably ask me for an infinite number of saying happy birthday to people videos. But if you're and I want you to be on fire, and I want you to roll on the ground and be on fire, and say that you suck. And if you said, if you did that, I'd probably only do that the once. But then if you kept asking me to do that every month, I want you to take a dog's poo and eat it. Every month, if you ask me to do stuff like that every month, I might start getting a bit weird about it,
But I say you're prime for the first one. That first ask, you'll probably go pretty big. So I would go big on that first ask.
Rue, I got your pledge. Thank you very much. Have the cops pull you over if they see your swords? No, the cops on Martha's Vineyard. I mean, I know some people probably have had different experiences to me, but I've generally had no problem at all, despite all the horror stories about, in America, the cops actually do stuff, I've had no problems at all. Oh, I got stopped by the cops once when I was driving to a Mermike's house. Now I know where a Mermike's house is because, like, I've gone there, right? But the cops pull me over and they say, license and registration, please. Now, I didn't know what the registration was because I'd never been stopped by cops before, and nor had I hadn't been driving cars that long. And I said, "Oh, is that some form of document?" And he was like, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Oh, Ireland." And he was like, "Why are you driving this car?" And once he ascertained that yes, I was allowed driving this car, he calmed down a bit, and then he said, "Where are you going?" And I said, "I don't know." I said, "I'm going. I mean, I know where I'm going, but I can't give you a street address." And then he kind of hummed and hawed, and he was like, "Oh, okay." And then he wandered off, and he let me go. Now, compared to other stories I've heard of people interacting with American cops, that was remarkably smooth for all of the acting as suspicious as possible I was doing. Wait, what was the question? Have I ever got stopped with the car? No, they've never seen the swords. Sometimes I show up at FedEx with sword-shaped things, and they know they're swords, but they're polite and don't question me too much. Yes, looks like the bar has been set at being on fire and eating poop. It's not really poop; it's chocolate shaped like poop. Chili Priest Brody, we know him. He's harmless. Yeah, I'm mostly harmless. Biggest risk is to myself. Fairylight says, "Lol." Sicarus says, "What would happen if someone asked for a shaving video?" Huh? No. You'd get a video of me burning the $25. Oh, and then giving you a refund. They tried to work shaving into the TV show. They said, "Oh, it'll be a funny side plot that you and Mermike have this bet, and then the loser has to shave." And both me and Mermike said no. And then the poor old showrunner guy, he had to go talk to the producers and say, "Neither of them want to shave." And it caused a huge big thing, but eventually we stood our ground, and neither of us shaved.
I'm trying to see how to turn on the poll, but it seems to not be working super great. So instead, I'm just going to ask everyone who's still here to throw in chat if we should do this again sometime, so I can convince Mike to hang out with me again. So
Yeah.
tell us if this works, and that you would do this again or something. But yeah.
Holding a razor, this is how you shave. And throwing what into a half barrel of fuel? My beard hair?
Absolutely do this again. So hopefully the stream is good enough and the sound is amped enough that we could do it again. So that's mission 1 accomplished.
But maybe not on Thursday at 9 p.m. I don't know what time is good for... Do you remember Matthew? I was telling you I was showing Matthew this channel just because I can't remember why we were talking about it. But he was saying, yeah, I never knew that Twitch had a creative side. And then he pulled up League of Legends or something. And he was like, "Look, this is what I normally do." But I can't remember what it was. It was like League of Legends, and it was like 30,000 people watching or something. And he said, "Yep, there you go, 2 p.m. on a Wednesday, and you have 30,000 people watching other people play video games."
Perfect.
Yeah, which made me think, I wonder what would be a good time for doing this. Like, what time of day is good for this kind of thing? Because, I mean, we're dealing with all of America, but it would be good. The thing about having it earlier in the day is you drag in more Europe folk, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could experiment, try another one, do it on the weekend.
Sicarus the Razor. Ah, that makes sense. That's like a play. You know that other little short video? The little short video of the guy with the razor, and he's like, "Here's how you shave when you're a man," and then it's just, you don't shave, and he like throws the razor away. Yeah, I could do that kind of video. I could certainly do that for $25. Yeah. Or I sometimes, like, my beard accidentally gets bits burned off it.
Pieces.
afternoon. It's a problem, but I mean, afternoon is fine, but I always feel like that excludes a lot of Americans, but that never seems to be the case when I do it on YouTube. You know, for whatever, just out of tradition, my YouTube videos seem to be done at noon, and they always seem to get like people. Mike, what kind of tea is your favorite? I used to like Lions tea. I mean, I still like Lions tea, but here now that I'm in America, if it's Irish tea of any description at all, that'll do because everything's hard to get, and so I've become much more appreciative of just some type of Irish tea, any old type of, like an actual Irish tea from Ireland. There's like Irish breakfast tea here, but sometimes it tastes weird, like if it's not the real tea.
All right. Any last questions? We're rolling about 9, so I want to keep to your time commitment.
Oh yeah. I said we'd do this for. I mean, we've been doing it for over an hour, but yeah, this is. I have a question about Blender.
Yeah,
Is it just see the way the sphere doesn't have any whatchamacallit, grid work on it, the points. Does it actually have points on it, or when you render a sphere in Blender, does it have a different piece of maths for calculating how?
It actually does. They're just
They're not visible.
They just get
I remember
off.
the only 3D printing stuff I did was that was it called SketchUp? It was the free Google-based one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there it is. I see them now. And it had a very bizarre way of doing spheres, where spheres were like their own thing that was completely alien
To everything else.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, they're pretty much the same. They have the same mesh. They're all made up of these little squares. That's it.
Thanks for doing this, fellas. It was fun. Thank you, 2-ton.
Yeah.
21.
Thanks everybody for following, and thanks for checking in the channel. We'll be doing more modeling on here, and hopefully we can invite Mike back again. Will be awesome.
Yeah, if you want a more in-depth, detailed, here's how the modeling part of this actually works.
Check into my normal stream for that stuff, because I'll be pumping those up all the time doing Blender modeling.
Yeah, and occasionally I will do these videos. Hop in every so often. Okay, Nate, I think we're cool.
We're out.